Well, good morning and welcome to math. And it's not too early to start thinking about your Halloween costumes. And, here are some to consider. You could be a Corona bug, you could be, in a hazmat suit, or you could be a roll of toilet paper. Just saying. All right. So, all right, math geeks, if you're as excited about today as I am, calm down. Don't be so excited. We're going to do some of these problems and practice for the checkpoint coming up. So I suggest you follow along, try to do the problem, and if something isn't quite clicking or if you're not getting it right, by all means do more practice problems. We're on the page 58 chapter 6 review. And yeah, I'm going to do some even numbered problems because you don't have those answers in the back of your book. Remember, the vocab is something to memorize, and the rest becomes just, math, and also, I guess, seeing visual things, some clues that might help you out. So we're going to do problem number 10. Number 10. Here we go. So find the measure of each numbered angle. We've got, well, that's a straight line. You get the idea. And then we got this angle thing that comes off of there. And it says that this is 137 degrees. And we're expected to find this right here. So hopefully this is, pause the video, try it yourself, and then unpause when you're ready, which I assume means you're ready. So we use the rainbow pen when there's a 180 degree angle because line AB is a straight line, as it says. We know that this is 180 degrees. And if you think about it, if you made it to, I think it was the Zoom earlier today, which would be yesterday when you're watching this video, you would have heard me talk about, I think that was when I talked about, think of it like you're slicing a pie. So like we have half a pie here, which is 180 degrees, and someone sliced off 137 degrees of that, and we're trying to measure how much pie slice is left, if that helps. So as you slice pieces off, we're trying to find what remains. So if we take 180 minus the 137 that's up here, we will end up with 43 degrees, which is our answer, because they're supplements. Fun times? I think so. All right, I'm erasing. I think my memory would work better. My computer memory would like it better if I erased after each problem. So now we're looking on page 59. We're going to do number 12. So just like we had the rainbow pen when we were looking at the angle measure of a straight line, think about this. If I have a straight line, there's two ways to measure this angle. I have 180 degrees over here. I also have 180 degrees over here. And so those two add up to 360 degrees, which we use Galaxy Pen for. Why did I draw a 3 there? It should be a degree symbol. It looks like a lazy 6. There we go. 360 degrees. It comes full circle. Beautiful, huh? With that in mind, let's look at number 12. Erasifying. Cool. So number 12 says find the measure of each numbered angle. We got a little ray coming off that way, ray A. We've got another little ray coming off of this way. They share a vertex. Another little ray. Well, let's try that again. I don't want it to look like a straight line because it isn't. But they all share a vertex right here. So we have A, we have B, and we have C. They give us this measure, angle measure. They say it's 120, which is a really good angle measure. I love that angle measure. It's one of my favorite angle measures. 45 degrees. I love 45 degrees too because 45 degrees is half of 90. So when you're doing a lot of exercises, They say put your legs at a 45-degree angle and flex your tummy and work those abs. We're supposed to find this angle right here. Notice this is bigger than a 180-degree angle. Just visually, you should be able to see that. So if we use Galaxy Pen and we know we have a full circle right here, we're trying to measure what's missing out of this full circle, which would be just this jobby, right? Because this jobby's already spoken for. So what's already spoken for out of this 360? Out of this 360, we have to take away this and this, which adds up to 165. And that leaves us with the measure of the angle that we're searching for, 195. Is this angle measure right here. Skadoosh. Oh, I forgot to say pause. Pause the video. You already did it. It's okay. All right, this time I'm not going to forget to say pause. Number 14, AB. Line AB is a straight line. Zip. We got ray C coming off of it. So there's A, there's B, and there's the C. Uh-oh. Guys, we don't even have any, we're supposed to find the value of the variable. This measure is 3 times S degrees, and this measure is S degrees. So pause the video, see if you can algebra this. Oops, did I give it away? Unpause the video. So looking at it, we know butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. We know that this is going to be 180 degrees. We know that 180 degrees is going to be the sum total of this measure, angle measure, and this angle measure right here. So we have 3s plus 1s will add up to 180. In other words, 4s equals 180. In other words, s must be 45-degree angle. Again, we're at that 45 degrees. Pretty sweet. All right. Good job, you guys. I know you got it. Wax on, wax off. Okay. Nextly, we're doing number 16. AB, once again, is a straight line. This is our straight line. I'm not going to label the points. They also give us this 90-degree angle right here. Point C. All right, I'm labeling some of the points. Point D. They tell us that this angle measure is 2 times T. They're getting cute with their letters. I don't know why. And this angle measure is T. All right, let's find out what T equals, y'all. Pause the video. All right, so you've all done the work. Let me update this. Oops, 16. There we go. How about I just leave that off? Yeah, we'll leave it off. All right. So, going off in the side of the scratch papers, we have, what am I doing? Once again, we have rainbow pen. That's 180 degrees. But we also know, because they made this little boxy symbol right here, that always means 90 degrees. Always. In case you forgot, because I know I told you. That's okay if you forgot, but I did tell you. Believe me. So that little boxy thing always means 90 degrees. So if you were stuck and you couldn't figure it out, hopefully that gives you the tip. So we know because of the rainbow pen, we're starting with a slice of pie, a half of a pie that is 180 degrees. We're going to subtract this 90 degree. Some square decided they wanted a square piece of pie, weirdo, right here. And so we're going to subtract that. We're going to take it away from our 180 to find out what we have left. Spoiler alert, we have 90 degrees left. Now, we know that 90 degrees is the sum total of this angle and this angle equals this remaining 90 degrees that we have. So we know that 2t plus 1t equals 90. 2t plus another t equals 90. 3t equals 90. So what times 3 equals 90? That's right, 30. You got it. Good job. Sometimes I feel when I try to praise on a video, do you ever watch like one of your little siblings, or you remember from your childhood growing up with like, I don't know, Dora or whatever you kids have, Blue's Clues, like, what? Which one's the triangle? The red one. Good job. Like I feel like I'm that. Like I'm on that side of the camera. Like not because it's easy and stupid, but because I'm praising somebody and I don't know whether you got it or not. Like, did you get 90 degrees? Let's give yourself a thumbs up. All right, number 18. All right, straight line. They say, hey, all three of these are straight lines. So we got a straight line, and a here goes straight line. I'm gonna, I mean, not be too much of a perfectionist, but you know, heck. Actually, let's be honest, that whole thing is just bad. I want to try to be as close to the book as possible. There. So we got some skinny angles and some big angles. So guys, this looks intimidating. I'm already pretty scared. That's 4r. This one is given as 70 degrees. And we're trying to ascertain this one. Oh, wait, no, we're not. This one is r. We're trying to find the value of r. So we have variables here, there, and everywhere. But fear not, I have good news. It can be solved. Try it yourself, see what you can do. All right, let's work it together, you guys. So what are those, what's that called when the angles are across from each other? Shout it out loud. Vertical angles. Good job, you guessed it. Vertical angles. So vertical angles, what's that called when they're the same? It's called a congruent. Good work. Good work. I'm trying to think of something to pick on. Good work, Sophie. All right, 70 degrees because it's vertical. A vertical angle is congruent. The intersection of any two lines forms angles that are across from each other. They are called vertical angles and they are congruent, which means this one must be 4. Oh, that's the wrong color. Try to stay consistent, you know. This one is also 4r, and then this one is also r. Now, can we solve it? Galaxy pen. Telephone, not right now. That is a landline phone. I silenced my cell phone. I'm going to slide it over just a bit so I get more space to doodle with. So we got 360. We're going to subtract these. So subtract 140. We get 220. Now we know that we have, let's just count the r's. So there's 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. So we have 220 equals 10 times r, which means r would have to be 22 degrees. All right, fun times, you guys. Guess what? We're turning the page. I fully expect that this will be the shortest video we've had thus far. We're going to do page 60, number 20. Follow along in your books. You got your decoder rings, guys? Follow along. Do you guys even know what a decoder ring is? I'd be curious. You can leave a comment on YouTube or message me in Parent Square, which apparently my phone is not giving me any notifications anymore. Like Amazon's not giving me notifications. Parent Square's not giving me notifications. Maybe I just need to restart my phone. I'm going to do that right now. Hopefully it'll stay on silent. All right, restarting my phone. See if I can get your guys' notificationizes. 20 is a beast. 20 is so hard. There's a couple of parallel lines. Pretend those are parallel for me real quick. Then there's this straightish line. Should be straight. There we go. And then I'll try my best. If I wanted to really do amazing work, I would use the ruler, but I feel like this is close enough. If I was using a real whiteboard, I wouldn't have no ruler. When I was a kid, rulers weren't invented yet. If you wanted to make a straight line, you had to tie a fishing lure to the end of some fishing line and then hold it straight down and wait for it to stop swaying, and then you'd have a straight line, but it could only point up and down. We had no way of making a straight line across a piece of paper. Ruler hadn't been invented yet. So we're trying to find these angle measures. And, oh, snap! Guess what? I forgot something here. Let me try to redraw this line a little bit better. That's a 90-degree angle. That's important. Okay, worst recreation we've had so far, but that's okay, because red pen, try it yourself. You have your own scratch paper, you don't have to do it. Please don't doodle on your computer screen. If you try to doodle on your computer screen, you might make your parents upset. Reminds me of a joke. After this one, I'll tell it. Okay, so we're trying to find the measures of each of these angles. So we know, because we paid close attention to the lesson, we know that all the interior angles, all three of the interior angles of any triangle will always add up to 180 degrees all the time. If they don't add up to 180 degrees, you're not looking at a triangle. Or you did your math wrong. I don't know. They will add up to 180 degrees. It's a rule. Pythagoras said so. So we already have one. It's 90. But that doesn't do us any good because we're not sure about the other two, right? Or are we? What do we have here, guys? Parallel lines, right? When I say here, I'm pointing, but you can't see me point. I'll use my little mouse arrow dealing. Parallel lines, and what would we call this line right here? Transversal. That's right, a transversal. And yeah, so that means that what do we have here and here? This one, let me use a different color. There. And then I got to redo this. We'll use this color. This is the same as that because they're called what? Alternate interior angles. That's exactly right. Good job. Alternate interior angles, which means they're what? Congruent. Exactly. So this one is 25 degrees. Now, kiddies, we have all the information we need to find this angle. Because why? Because we know that we have 180 degrees. We're taking out 90 for this right angle, which leaves us with 90. And then we take out the 25 we just found, and we're left with 65 degrees. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, so the joke. What do you get when you throw strawberries against the wall? Give up? An angry mother. All right. Find the value of x. Number 22. That's a really good triangle. I'm really excited about that. Point A, point B, point C. They give us that this is 2x. That's helpful. They give us that this is x. So angle A is going to be about half as big as angle B. Actually, exactly half as big. And then they give us this, the measure of this angle right here. Zoink! It's 330. If your book doesn't look like that, you're looking at the wrong book. Okay. Pause it. Solve it. Find me some x. Can't get enough of that x. I'm algebra man. All right. So, do I need to show you the Galaxy Pen? I'm allergic to Galaxy Pen, excuse me. So Galaxy Pen, that's a full circle, you guys. Well, it's a full circle minus 330 degrees, which means this angle measure must be 30. So now what do we do, guys? We know that the triangle contains 180 degrees of delicious triangularity. We've already accounted for 30 of those, so we have 150 left. 150 to be split between angle B and angle A. How do we split them? At a ratio of 2 to 1. What does that mean? It means what I just said, 2 to 1. So we know that the sum total of 150 is going to be equal to 3x, which means x must be 50, because we divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3 to find out what just 1x equals. 1x equals 50. Guys, remember how I told you how to cheat by going back and checking your work? It's not cheating, I swear. But it's like cheat. It feels naughty to me, and so I like cheating. I like going back and checking my work. So let's see, does this work out? If this angle is 1x and x equals 50, that means I'm going to substitute everywhere I see x, I'm going to put 50. So let's try it. 50. Instead of 2x, we're going to put 2 times 50, which equals 100. Now let's take a look. I have 100 degrees plus 50 plus 30. Does that add up to 180?
It does!
It does! Hooray! Good job, all you guys. I'm struggling if I'm being too condescending or not condescending enough, or just the right amount of condescending. I think it's great, you guys. It's like, if I could get a little animated blue dog to be on the screen with me, I think I would totally do that. Let's do number 24. Oh, you know what? Actually, I haven't looked at number 24 yet. We'll do it on the fly. ABCD is a rectangle. We're still on page 60. Pay attention, wake up. All right, here we go, you guys. A, B, C, D. ABCD is a rectangle. What does that mean? That means this line is parallel to that line, and that line is parallel to that line right there. And then AE and DC are straight lines. Here's point E. Yeah, good enough. Let's see, DC are straight lines. Well, they're line segments. I know what they mean, though. FBG is a right angle. Holy cow. Where's that G? Here we go. Close enough. It's a right angle. And what else? What else? The measure of angle ABF equals 74 degrees. ABF. 74 degrees right there. Oh, sweet, you guys. I'm seeing this all come together. And right here, I'm just gonna, my fat finger can't draw that small. That angle measures 42 degrees. They want us to find the measures of angle EBG and angle BGC. Okay, wait, which one is it? E, so I gotta follow the bouncing bumble. E, B, G, okay, find that angle, got it, and angle B, GC. B, G, C. That one right there. Okay. Should I use a different color? I should. All right, we'll color that one in really good. We'll do this one jello. Smoky brokey, you guys. I'm really stoked about this. Honest and for true. Okay, which one do you want to do first? Kerplooey. Well, I tell you what, I know I can find the measure of this angle right here. How do I know? Because this is a triangle. I have one of the angle measures, and I can find this angle measure right here pretty easily. How? Well, look at this. Get it out. Your rainbow pen. What does that have to do with anything, Mr. Bourgeois? Well, pause the video and try to work it out on your own. I gave you a clue, but pause the video. Try to work it out. Hopefully, you would have been able to solve it without that clue I just gave you, right? I know you would have. You're good. So, rainbow pen tells us we have 180 degrees right there. Mr. Bourgeois tells you that this little square jobby means that's 90 degrees, and then this little jobby says it's 74 degrees. So we have 180 minus, okay, what's 74 plus 90? 164. Ooh, I kind of got lazy there and dragged that. So we're going to subtract that out. We're going to get, let's see, that's a 6 and a teen. Yeah, 6 and a teen. My ones need hats and shoes. Hats and shoes, and my 7s wear mustaches. All right, so 16 degrees is this little jobby right here, right? That looks good. Boop. Now that we have that little jobby, can we find this little jobby? So when you're writing this on your checkpoint, you're going to say the measure of angle EBG equals 16 degrees. And you're going to circle it real big, and you're going to label your degrees. See how I did that? I labeled my degrees, and I circled my answer really big. This is how Mr. Bourgeois does it on a checkpoint. It's how he likes to see it on a checkpoint. Sometimes I think maybe some of you might get the question correct, but I might have missed it because it's buried in the midst of all of this scratch work over here, and it's all scribbly dibbly like this, and I can't see it, and so I don't know that you actually got the right answer. So make it nice and clear for this old man's eyes to see. Like I said, we can't see as well anymore in our old age. Do you guys know that I'm actually birthday twins with Mrs. Elsasser? That's right, she's just as ancient as I am. She remembers what it was like trying to draw straight lines without a ruler. She was born on the same day as I was, March 8th, 1983. It's a great day to be born. Anyway, oh, what was I doing? Oh, look, math. Okay, so, yes. So this is how you do it on your checkpoints. Fun fact. We can find this angle measure right here, because the measures of a triangle add up to the same stuff. So 180 minus, what's 16 plus 42? 16 plus 42 is 58. Zip. So, let's see, it's a 2, makes it a 6, 122? I think that's right. Yeah, 122, that's right. Here's a bonus though. We already did this math right here. And we still have a rainbow pen. It hasn't run out of ink yet. And so we know that if we subtract this 122 from our 180, we've already done the math. 122 minus 80 is going to be this. 58 degrees. So since this is a checkpoint, or we're pretending it might be a checkpoint, we're going to then write the measure of angle BG GC equals 58 degrees. And we're going to circle it real nice and big. So Mr. Bourgeois is going to be grading this checkpoint. He's going to see, they circled the answer. Wonderful. All right. How many ADHD kids does it take to screw in a light bulb? Hey, you want to go ride bikes? All right. Number 26. We're on page. Boop. Come on now. 61. I know you can't type on a regular whiteboard, but still. Page 61, the measure of angle 1 equals 15 degrees. The measure of angle 2 is 131 degrees, and AB is a straight line. What in the heck is AB? Oh my gosh, they put it on a map. They're trying to be relevant. They're trying to let you know that city planners have to use geometry like this to plan their cities. I'm not going to draw streets. Oh, you know what always happens when I say I'm not going to do something and then I start drawing? Probably going to do it. No, this time I'm really not going to do it. All right, it's something like that, right? And there's a bunch of little cars. Meep, meep. With some speed lines. All right. So angle 1 is 15 degrees. Oh, I did draw, didn't I? This is 15 degrees. This is 131 degrees. We're supposed to find, oh my gosh, these old eyes can't see that very well. Gotcha, we're supposed to find this one. Question mark. So, guys, let's do it. It's a straight line. Oops. Rainbow pen. 180. Oops, pause. You're supposed to do this yourself. You guys don't cheat. You could always just pause and try it yourself before I tell you to pause, right? You know how. You're nearly almost grown-ups. 180 degrees. Ooh, yuck. Subtractify 100. What's this plus this? 146. We're going to get 14? That seems really small. Because it is, except my math is garbage. My arithmetic is garbage. I'm really good. Okay, so let me, for those of you who might be losing confidence in your math teacher, I want to delineate the difference between computation and mathematical reasoning. I'm really strong at mathematical reasoning. When it comes to doing like math in my head or math facts, I am highly mediocre. So yes, it really stretches me to do simple math like this without pulling out my calculator. In fact, I'm looking at it again and making sure I did it right. Yes, that's right. But so like mathematical reasoning, I can do. Like actual math computation on standardized tests, that's always tested separately, and I'm always slightly below average in that regard, or I have been. They don't test it when you're an adult because they generally aren't concerned with it anymore. Guys, we're on number 28. Disby the lost one. All right, so in the diagram, now we're going to be engineers, guys. Put on your engineering caps. I mean, engineers, in the diagram, the measure of angle 1. Yep. Ew, that was terrible. All right, more or better. The measure of angle 1 equals what? 5x minus 20 degrees. All right. 5x minus 20 it is. They put it in parentheses so that you know that the whole kit and caboodle is the degrees. It's not just 5x minus 20 degrees, it's quantity of 5x minus 20 degrees. The measure of angle D equals 2x plus 14 quantity degrees. And the measure of angle 3 equals 18 degrees. And they want us to find the measures of angle 1 and 2. Listen to that, guys. They want us to find the measures of angle 1 and 2. They don't want to know what x equals. They want to know what these angles actually measure. If you just tell me what x is, guess what that's called? It's called being wrong. That's right. It's called being wrong. If you just give me x, you did not answer the question that was asked. So pay attention to the question. Here we go. Pause the video. Try it yourself. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So we're going to approach it this way. We know that this plus this needs to equal 180 degrees. We could do it that way. Or, I mean, we are going to do it that way. So there. Once again, I started drawing really huge and didn't give myself space. So 180 let's go here. 180 equals 5x minus 20, a positive 2x plus 14 plus 18. All of those things added together are going to equal 180 degrees. Now, you might be wondering, what happened to the parentheses, Mr. Bourgeois? Well, the parentheses are really irrelevant in this case because we're not multiplying by that quantity. We're just adding and subtracting all of those quantities together. So there's this quantity, there's this quantity, and there's this quantity right here. There's the measures of all three angles. We're adding them together. The parentheses really only makes a difference if we're going to be multiplying the terms with what's in the parentheses. If you don't believe me, play with the numbers yourself. Find a value for x. Try to do it differently. It really doesn't make a difference because we basically just have all these different terms. We've got 5x, we've got 2x, we've got 20, we've got negative 20, positive 14, positive 18. Those are all our terms. Let's combine like terms and make this neater, shall we? So I'm going to combine my x terms. 5x plus 2x equals 7x. We've got negative 20 combined with a positive 14 combined with a positive 18. So that's going to be, let's see, positive 12. Because if I combine the 20 with the negative 20 with the positive 18, I'm going to be left with negative 2. Negative 2 plus 14 is 12. I think I'm correct. I think I'm pretty doggone correct. Equals 180. We're going to subtract 12 from both sides, or at least I am. You can do whatever you want, I suppose. We're going to get 168 equals 7 times x. Again, your 7s ought to have mustaches on them. It's a good habit. It just is. Oh, garbage. I have to do this math? Okay. Let's see. 168 divided by 7. We're going to do 2. We're going to get 14. It's going to be 28. And then we're going to get 4. All right, it's 24. X is 24. Double checking. Yeah, 24. It's a nice whole number. Here's another little trick. If you're ever solving an algebra problem on one of these checkpoints and you get something like, oh, x equals 6.8333 repeating. No, try it again. It's probably not going to be some wonky repeating decimal for your x value. I couldn't imagine them doing that to you. X is probably a whole number. I would say go back, look at it, do it from the start again, and see if you still get that weird wonky decimal for your value of x. If you do, well, then go with it. But otherwise, it's probably going to be a whole number, and you probably just need to rework it. Now, are we done? No, I already said we weren't, because we got to find the measures of these angle measures. So if x is 24, let's go back and find this one. Get a pen. If you try writing with your finger on a piece of paper, it's going to slide around like that too. Woo! It's not gonna write. So let's use this color. Why not? 5 times, what did I say? 24. I forgot what my thing is. There we go. 24 minus 20. All right. So 5 times 24 is 120. We subtract the 20. This angle measure is 120. So on your checkpoint, you're going to say the measure of angle 1 equals 100. I forgot to take that 100. You're not going to scribble like that. You're going to make it nice and neat. Nice and beautiful. True, good, and beautiful. All right. We got that. Are we done? Not yet. Still got to find this angle measure. 2 times 24 plus 14. So that would be 48 plus 14, which would be 62. So, once again, checkpoint time. You're going to write nice and neat and beautifully. Measure of angle 2 equals 62 degrees. Oh, label your degrees. There you are. Friends of math, amici matematica. That's all I got for you. I'm not into doing any other super challenging brain at work stuff, but maybe I'll have something for you the next Zoom day. We can do some more ACT prep math questionies. Till next time, kiddos, bon voyage. May your toilet paper be plentiful.